This is my review, spoiler review on Justice League. Like all my reviews, they all include spoiler. So, I really like this film a lot. Apparently, there's a people that didn't like this film, but I don't know why. So when they introduce the characters, they show them what they're best at and how they operate from each one difference to the other. Superman gets brought back to life in the third act, and it shows how his character interacts with the world and handles the situation. Like same goes for Batman, Superman, and I said Superman and Wonder Woman. I mean, I said Superman and Wonder Woman, and Cyborg, and also Aquaman, and of course the Flash, fastest man alive. And they show this little flashback of all the gods, the human gods, human man, the human the tribe of Amazon gods, people from other worlds, and Amazons and men joined together one forces to take down Steppenwolf, and now he is back, and Batman's doing some detective work on these 3 boxes. He has no idea what they are, and it's revealed to Wonder Woman that they're not part of some power. They don't give you power or anything like that. They are power, the boxes, and they're called the mother boxes. So Steppenwolf's got a whole lot of 3 mother boxes. It's world domination and everyone will die. End the world, baby. So they have to get all 3 mother boxes before Steppenwolf can get them. Spoiler in this is and another thing, the team is not really willing to assemble and work with Batman except for Wonder Woman. They eventually do overcome their differences through off-screen development. They overcome their difference because the script decides it's time to overcome our differences and work together. And their difference were each team member had their own agenda, but then they decide to put their own agenda for the greater good and overcome their own differences. Each team member overcomes their own differences. And Cyborg's dad gets kidnapped. He's the only one that gets is the only that part's the only that's interesting. His dad gets kidnapped by Steppenwolf's henchmen, and they're interrogating him along with a bunch of other guys. And Flash explains he's never actually fought. He just knocks people out and runs away. And Batman gives him some advice. Let's talk about Batman. He's the heart and center of what drives this plot forward. And he's also my favorite character in comics and also in this movie. And he's kind of the leader until Superman gets brought back to life by a diabolical plan by Batman, and the League helps him. He's doesn't know who he is except for Batman. He remembers Batman. None of them except for Batman tries killing Batman until Lois but then he remembers Lois takes off with her, and And yeah, we don't see him on screen for a while. Oh, and Steppenwolf gets all 3 mother boxes, so now they need Superman more than ever, but they're going to have to fight without Superman because he's a no-show. So what the same. And this Aquaman gave this all really hilarious speech to the team while sitting on the last little truce. I mean that he's terrified of dying. and he says the Flash is tripping on my feet and everyone else's, and Wonder Woman is gorgeous and strong, and it says Batman's just some guy dressed like a bat, and Cyborg could be working for the enemy for all he knows, so he's being completely honest. So he doesn't really trust Cyborg. It's pretty funny. And the League points out he's just sitting there on the last of truths. And one of them like makes a comment trying to see that was beautiful with his speech. And Flash didn't hear anything after he heard we're all going to die. He from her said by Aquaman comedically. So yeah, Batman takes down Steppenwolf's shield and gets a herd of Steppenwolf's army, which basically giant bugs, to attack him, and his plan is to sacrifice his life and give his team the fighting chance. The team says to say, screw that shit. And Wonder Woman is now giving the orders. And, Batman didn't really want to lead the team because he thought Wonder Woman was more fit to lead the team than him. Because it's not really his thing to lead people into dangerous to dire peril, I guess. So one is like not the other team, and so a bunch of cool action scene happens in their wedding, and then when all hope seems lost, the League are losing against Steppenwolf after taking out his army. Cyborg gets his leg ripped off, and which is weird because the next scene we see him is and this is still they're fighting Steppenwolf. He has his leg back on. I guess he's for dramatic effect. So anyway, when all the hope seems lost, Superman shows up and delivers this like kick-ass line saying, I believe in truth, but I'm also a fan of justice. And it punches Steppenwolf. And this is Superman in his purest comic book form. And I would like to see more of this. This feels like the same goes for Wonder Woman and Batman. This feels like them in their purest comic book form. And I was very surprised how they went. I was blown away that they went this route with Superman. Decided to execute his route and return that's the route that got more critically praised, which is also the same Superman they use more in the comics and very famous Superman stories in the comics. So yeah, they have used the Superman a lot more in the comics than what the Superman that Zack Snyder invented, and Batman v Superman, and also in Man of Steel. But what I liked about this, it doesn't feel out of nowhere. It feels like to me, it feels like when he died, he got a little moment of clearly time to think. And it's figure out how he can be a better Superman for everyone after dying. Because I don't know, that's how Superman. That's how he always felt to me after he like, it seems like once he died, he got a moment of, so he got some clarity, some closure on how to handle things of being a superhero, and he, I don't know, maybe that's the reason why he wanted to go back being a hero. And anyway, a lot of people have problem how Batman was handling, saying he jokes. Okay, yeah, he does joke, but it's not as often as people make it out to be. He jokes with it very rarely cracking a smile, so, which is in the comics and also is which is very in Batman's character in the comics, because he's a person that will joke, but it'll be out of nowhere a joke. He in the comics, I remember he did joke, but it was kind of out of nowhere at times. At times when he did joke, it was out of nowhere, and he very rarely cracked a smile when he joked. So, and they do that here, and it's executed really well. So I don't know. People are. I mean, people are like, "Oh, he's just joking away." Not really. He's not joking away. He does joke, but it's not. He didn't turn him into a comedian like, I don't know, Adam West. Why am I poking fun of that Adam West? Well, because people are just dicks and think their childhood was perfect with Adam West when it wasn't. It was as far as any other Batman came before and after it. I mean, it's still good. I like Adam West's Batman, but let's be honest, his Batman and like Batman's before wasn't really perfect, and there wasn't room to be improved on. Like most Batmans and like most superheroes, it's not perfect. The adaptation wasn't perfect, but it was good, and there was room to be improved, and they tried hard. I'm talking Adam West's Batman, and now it's like not as much I want to talk about them because it's not a video about Adam West's Batman. It's about Ben Affleck's Batman and the Justice League. So. Also, another one. Wait, where am I going with this? So yeah. Anyway, the Justice League evacuate the town, save the civilians, and put an end to Steppenwolf's madness by kicking his ass and make him feel fear, and his army turns against him. And possibly, well, it makes it looks like he's dead, but we don't know for sure. Him and his eye were eating at him, and they got sucked into a portal where Darkseid was calling upon because he failed. So, and yeah, he works for this guy called Darkseid. Total dick. But he's pretty cool. We'll probably see him some other day in another DC movie. So, Lois Lane asked for Superman to give him an exclusive on his death, and he said, yes, ma'am. So I guess they're going to read a little story about what it was dying like, and, so they're back, together, Lois Lane, and she's wearing her wedding ring. Superman was going to give her in Batman v Superman sometime in his life, and his mother, Martha Kent, is happy that he's back, and the team splits up, and Wayne Mansion is going to be the Hall of Justice, with where the Justice League have their group meetings and where they assemble, and where the headquarters is, basically, and which Wayne Mansion was where he was raised, and is also abandoned now. And let's see. Also, one more thing. The Flash and Superman having a race, and we don't know who won. Oh, who will win? Be nice if we made a movie on Flash and Superman racing each other. That would be cool. If we made a movie of that. And also the Legion of Doom is going to assemble. I guess in the sequel, they're going to save that one for sequel and save Darkseid for the third one. Oh, and yeah, Deathstroke makes an appearance, and he has a meeting with Lex Luthor about the Legion of Doom. So, and it ends on a cliffhanger. Anyway, I found it fun. I found the whole movie tons of fun. I really enjoyed it. It seems one of the better DC gems that you have to see. Not the best DC gem, but I don't know. It might be one of the top 10 best DC gems for live action. Well, also, I'm counting some animated movies in DC Gem, like Max of the Phantoms and all those ones like that. I don't know where I would put this under my number of DC film. I don't know what number it would be. But yeah, this was a really good film. I enjoyed it an awful lot. And this was like the first DC film to use to make the film look, you know, no wait, that was Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was the first DC film to actually make the color pop. This was like, I guess, was the second one. But I don't know, I like the color in this one more. I don't know why, I just noticed more positive difference for this one. I like how Gotham City looks like a environment that Batman would live in. Gotham City feels corrupt and cold wasteland. And I would like to see that Gotham City in a standalone Batman film. See it be more fleshed out. See that Gotham City before and fleshed out. Another thing I like about this film, they show you more of Gotham and it feels more like a city than it did Batman v Superman. I hope this Gotham is the same Gotham that Patrick Monahan's Robert Pattinson's Batman lives in. Because I hope that that Batman is the same Batman that Ben Affleck's Batman is. This is a younger version that takes place in the 90s. Yeah, that Batman that's coming out title right now is called The Batman. It takes place in the 90s. Which I'm hoping that will be good. I think. Look, I'm going to be sounding a cold-hearted. I'm going to sound to an idiot to some people because this is my second favorite DC film because Well, it does have Batman, my first favorite DC film. I'm not talking about DC universe. I'm talking about all of the live adaptation of DC films ever made. So this is my second favorite DC film for live adaptation. My first is Batman v Superman, and my third is the Aquaman. Title Aquaman. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I hope you like this video. I analyze it close enough because I tried my hardest when I do this stuff. So this is my redo review on praising the film more. So yeah, I recommend this film. I give it a thumbs up.